Hello, friends, and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz. I'm excited you're here. I wasn't going to make another video. I just posted a video 10 minutes ago, and then I lost my mind. I have been waiting for this sale since last spring. I don't know if you've been following along with Hero Arts. They got bought by Spellbinders about a year ago. I was not really a Hero Arts shopper prior to that. Their style was very sort of classic, vintage storybook, and I'm all about clean lines and goofy, quirky, funny, anything. Well, they are now. Have you noticed? Like, it is absolutely nuts. And they put it all on sale. All of it. Like, they came out with no new collections in November, which isn't that unusual. But then they only came out with one collection in October, and it's 40% off. Everything that came out in September, 40% off. August, 40% off. And you go much further back than that, and you're looking at 50% off. It's dies, stencils, stamps. They've got paper on sale, inks on sale. You guys. So I'm going to try to keep this brief because I know there's a lot going on right now, and I literally just posted another video, but we're going to go to the tabletop. I'm going to show you just a few of my very favorite collections, things that are as Sassy's LLC as you can get without me designing it myself. So I'm excited to share this with you. Let's dig in. A quick reminder, don't forget you can find everything you need to shop the best deals and find every sale over on my website, sassysllc.com/Black Friday. Up at the top, I have things organized by categories for you. There's even a free download for an emergency card kit linked there. I have all of the emergency card kits linked down here and a spreadsheet with the past 3 years of Black Friday sales so you can see what's coming up and when and what people have offered in previous years to help you stay on budget. Top Pick is the best gift ever collection. It has gifts and sentiments for the holidays, for not the holidays. It is a tremendous year-round collection. So on this card, I have some gift boxes that have been cut out. That is the gift boxes die set. It's 40% off, $11.99 down from $19.99. And then I have a sentiment up here. I adore this sentiment set. It's called Here for the Presents. It's a letterpress and foil, and it comes with the dies, and they're so funny. When you stop believing in Santa Claus, you get socks. Thanks for the awesome gift. I almost said awful. I hope it's not awful. The awesome gift. Family and friends are the best gift of all. And then there's some other funny ones in here. This guy is 50% off, $13 down from $26. A lot of these you guys are like, and 99 cents, but I'm not saying that. I don't have time for that. Then you can hot foil or letterpress onto the presents little strings and things, and they all come together. It is this wrap it up better press and foil, letterpress and foil, right? And so it's one piece, and there's like a little placement guide to help you get it all set up. It's 50% off, $11 down from $21.99, or you can stencil on these. So you get one stencil here that will do all of these patterns. And then there's a second one you can put over the top if you want to do like a background color or a variety of background colors. So that two-piece stencil set is $7.79, 40% off, down from $12.99. You guys, I made squillions of these. I've actually made like a dozen cards, but they're all wrapped up. I'm giving gifts to family members so that they have a stash for birthday cards and Christmas cards, right? Because we just looked at a letterpress and foil that is for the holidays, but there's also this stamp and cut option, a small gift with a big thank you inside. Hope this adds a little extra happy to your birthday. It's got a little tag. There's like a baby sentiment. This is truly like an all occasions situation. And a lot of the sentiments are about the same size. So you can just leave your sentiment off, make a set of gift cards to give somebody, and then just put some adhesive on the back with some like liner paper, and they can add the sentiment at the last minute, or you can stock your own stash that way. You know how much I love that. In the description box below, I'm going to link to the collection so you will see all of the individual items and their prices. There is a bundle, but it doesn't have everything, though the bundle is 51% off. So that way you can sort of check and see what's the best bargain based on what you like the best. This is one of the few collections where I have everything, and I would recommend just getting all the pieces because it works for every occasion. If you like a little fandom fun, this is from the Yule Fule collection. Oh my God, Santa! And then his little feet drop down. I love this guy. He is, let me see, about 4 inches across and maybe 4¼ inches tall without his feet. It's a really good size. It's the Sassy elf costume. He is $11.99, 40% off, down from $20. But there are other elements in this collection. I only have one other piece. Well, I have the dies too. But check it out if you like the movie that this is maybe fandoming. There's room for everybody on the nice list. Does somebody need a hug? We got a little raccoon. The 4 main food groups: candy canes, candy corn, syrup, candy. I have my stamps in my Misty right now. Like, I am in the middle of using this one. I think it's so great. This Elf Culture Stamp and Cut. So the stamps with the dies to cut everything out are $13.79, 40% off, down from $23. But again, I'll link to the whole collection below so you can see all the options. Next up is Crackin Christmas, and I lost it when I saw these. I'm not even a Nutcracker person, but we start with the Big Mouth Nutcracker die set. That's this die set here. It's huge, and you get everything you need to make the Nutcracker that you see here. So he's half off, $12.50, down from $25. I think he came out in July. You guys, he's like brand new. And then there's an interactive die that you can add onto that called the Big Mouth Slider die. So I can pull down and reveal my sentiment. Things get a little nuts around here during the holidays, which is true. And then son of a Nutcracker, it's Christmas. So this creates this sliding mechanism. There are so many versatile ways to stretch this die set. I have another video coming out probably in January. I've got sort of December filled up with Christmas stuff, but it's amazing. Half off, $7.50, down from $15. And then of course the stamp set that has these hilarious sentiments. I have both the stamps and the dies. Hope your holiday is all it's cracked up to be. Let's have a cracking Christmas. And then you get some little like crackers and a nutcracker. There are dies to cut out everything and bubble cut those words if you want to. So I love this collection. I'll link to the whole thing. This stamp set, or the stamp and cut, which is what I have, is 40% off. So $14.99, down from $25 for the combo stamp and die. Next up is the What's Brewin collection, and we're going to start with Stovetop Espresso. This is 50% off. In fact, almost everything here is 50% off. So he is $12.50, down from $25. I released a bunch of coffee and tea sentiments over the summer and made this card if you're looking for a tutorial. But it's this set here. So you get everything you need to make the percolator, coffee maker. You guys, I don't know anything about coffee, but I love making it out of paper. And then there's a couple of coffee cup options. So this guy is from that set as well. And I love that you can make like the little design on top. Then we have coffee and croissants. So here's the die set. And we have another sort of coffee maker, some croissants and little cups. This one, I made the percolator out of acetate here. And there's a little clip of me making this one with the other card if you're looking for that. And then we have some little coffee cups. I just think it's so cute. Again, half off, $10, down from $20. And then those are also, these little coffee cups are from there. We have this incredible stencil set. This is 4 pieces, maybe 1, 2, 3. It's 3 pieces. It covers an entire A2 panel. This is maybe my best look at it. It is this beautiful sort of like vintage China sort of pattern. It's called Delft Floral Stencils, half off, $9.50, down from $19. And then this stamp and die set, right, where we have the teacup or coffee cup, and then a bunch of punny sentiments because everybody can use some punny sentiments. This is called coffee or tea. It's the stamp and cut, which means it comes with the stamps and the dies. This guy is half off, $12.50, down from $25. So again, I'll link to the collection. I think there's 2 other sets in here. One of them is 40% off, but everything else is 50. If you are into coffee, this is a really sort of awesome collection and I think kind of quirky. Next up is the Love Notes collection, and we're going to start with the folded Love Notes. So you get the big die and then a bunch of nested hearts. He is half off, so $11, down from $22, and he makes this folded note. It's like almost an origami. It gives you all the score lines for that. There is also a stamp and die set that will stamp these adorable little messages on the inside, and then there's a die, you can cut them out. It's called the Love Notes Messages Bundle that is 40% off, $19.79 down from $32.99, or you can get just the stamps if you prefer. But you don't just have to make small pieces like that. On this card, I glued that piece to the inside. So we have this like pop-up situation, and then I put a little like action wobble on the inside. I also used this other piece from the set or from the collection, Love and Hearts. So we have With You, Love You, Be Mine, and a bunch of hearts. So I have that there. You weirdo is my sub-sentiment. It was a free printable in January. So just look for Folded Love Note and you'll find that. So was this Happy, Happy Birthday here. I've used the hearts from this set. So a really great collection. I love anything pop-up or interactive. And so this was right up my alley. Next is the Retro Kitchen Collection. Look how cute this is. I made this little cabinet and you get all of the pieces that go inside the cabinet. He's half off, $15 down from $30. It's massive. You guys, the set is massive. So here's all the little pieces, but then you also have these big dies and cabinet doors for the cabinet itself. So I am shocked. It came out over the summer. It's huge. It's half off. In addition to that, you can use these pieces individually. You don't have to make the cabinet if you don't have time for that. So I just put it on this like little round piece here. Lots of fun. Also in that collection is the classic casserole die set. Also massive. Like this thing is huge, and there's tons of ways to make little casserole dishes and stacks of casserole dishes. So this one is $12.50, 50% off, down from $25. There's a few more items in that collection, one of which is the retro rainbow stencils that's half off. That's in my cart right now. I think it's super versatile. So I'll link to the whole collection. Next, we have the Summer by the Shore collection. There's a bunch of stuff in there. I just have a few pieces. We're going to start with the sophisticated shells. It makes all these different shells. Like, this thing is huge. $10 down from $20, so he's half off. I know it's not summer, but a girl can dream, right? So I love this one year round. And then we have the Message in a Bottle die set. I made both of these. And the die set, if I can hold this with my hand that's struggling, is this one. And so you get the bottle, you get the little scroll, you get the flower. I love it. Here it is kind of as it was intended, but here we made a little bottle of rum. I stole this from a Spellbinders die set that's been discontinued, but Hero Arts came out with a ton of really great Halloween stuff this year. A Skull and Crossbones should be pretty easy to find. So that is also half off, $10 down from $20. And then this is actually in a separate collection called Seaside Blooms, and it's the layered hydrangeas. It's so gorgeous. My friends, I was stunned when I finished putting this one together. So here's the die set. It's huge and really easy to layer together. So you have the big background piece, and then this is all one piece, okay? And so that does most of the work, and you can add on extras as you want to, but you don't have to. He's half off, $10 down from $20. I will link to both of those collections. So Seaside Blooms and Summer by the Shore. These aren't specific collections, but I have a few more favorites I want to show you. And the first one are these cactus dies. I have loved these for so long. They're half off, $10 down from $20. So here I just kind of made my cacti, and I think they are gorgeous. Here I started like that, and then I dressed them up and made them kind of goofy. I adjust. The pop-up here is Karen Burniston's. She's running 25% off site-wide. I will link to the specific die that I used for this one. I can't remember the name of it right now, but if you like interactive dies, hers are amazing. But that's my cactus die set. And then I have a bunch of stenciled backgrounds that I really love. So this blue background I also did in white over here. This is called the Bold Flowers Stencil. It's half off, $8 down from $16. Can I find it anywhere? No, not to save my entire life, but it's gorgeous. And then I also love this watermelon stencil set that is $7.50 down from $15. And then I have another, like, I love this pop-up too. I actually made this one, I think for Paperganza. I can't remember. If you went to Paperganza, this is the one that you got, but I will link that Karen Berniston die set down below as well. So I will have a section down there where I'm just linking to other favorite products, and I'll link to the individual items. Another favorite I wanted to share with you, the Handmade Holidays workshop. This was their fall workshop, is 40% off. So it retails for $180, and that's just for the supplies, but it's on sale for $108. So if you get it now, the live event has already passed. But in the book, there's information about how to connect in the Facebook group and how to get to the YouTube video so you can watch all the classes. It was amazing. I did a video asking whether or not this was worth it, especially if you're buying it now and we're really close to Christmas. And spoiler, I think it's a yes. So right next to the link for the workshop, I will link to the video where I sort of walk you through the long version of whether or not this is worth it. But the short version is that there aren't that many items in here that are holiday specific. So we have this stamp set that coordinates with this record player die set, okay? And so you can stamp onto the record, and these are holiday themed, but the die set itself is very generic, and you could swap in a birthday sentiment there instead. We have this record player set, and there are some holiday elements, but the record player itself is not holiday, right? And there are coordinating dies to cut out all of those pieces. We have this lovely retro background, and I think it leans holiday, but it wouldn't have to. If you change the color palette, I would absolutely use that for like a retro birthday card to make fun of my friends as they're getting older. Then we have a stencil set. It's a 2-piece stencil set that lets you add some extra details onto your die cut records, right? And you can kind of see here, it's creating those little patches that are lighter, and it will do sort of the half here of the record player. And then this one, you guys, it's like a whole pocket situation and a record. This is not holiday. So all of that and some cardstock and some inks and a spray, they all come in this kit. And I think it's an incredible, incredible value. I have a few more things to share with you. So I want to talk about nested dies. These are basic shapes that you can layer up. You can create little frames, and they are so versatile in your collection. I think this is one of the best investments you can make. This one is the fancy ornament die set, and he's on clearance. So normally $27. He's listed at 40% off, $16.19. But right now you can take an extra 40% off of that. So he's $9.71. It's a huge die set. I've used it on both of these cards here. There are so many ways to step this up. Then most of the other ones start again at $26.99, and they're half off at $13.50. One of my all-time favorites is the scalloped rectangles, right? So $13.50. This one gives you 2 different sets of nested dies. They're called the nested frames. Then we have the rounded jewel. I just think it's kind of different. You can use it like a square, or you can kind of turn it and make a really interesting shape there. They get rounder and rounder as you go towards the center. Then this one is the pointed arches. These are sets that are a little bit different, but they have all your basics as well. Circles, rectangles, hexagons, tons of it on sale. So I will try to link to just like all of their infinity dies or nested dies. Another tremendously versatile collection are the strip sentiments. I adore these. So there are lots of different stamps to choose from. I have the everyday sentiments, and then this one is the Christmas sentiments. It's a single stamp. You stamp once or heat emboss once, and then one die to cut them all out, and you just get a ton of strip sentiments. You know I love a strip sentiment. On these cards, I have one of mine over here, right? It says I'm giving everyone my opinion this Christmas. And then I have one from the Hero Arts set, Missing You at Christmas, over here. So what I like, the big difference for me, is that this one I can heat emboss, and it's got texture and dimension, kind of like the heat embossed background here, right? I think it stands out a little bit more because of that texture. I love that. So the die is on sale. It's never on sale, you guys. And you could just use this for little strips of cardstock to do a decorative element. He's $11, 50% off, down from $22. And then I have 2 of the stamps, but there are more than 2. So I'll link to the collection. They're 40% off, $9.59, down from $16. Next up are the Stampin' Cut sentiments. I love these. My favorite is this one. It has the word celebrate with a shadow and party with a shadow. They're huge. They really take up space on your card, and it comes like this. So these have the word die and the shadows. One of them's back here. And then it comes with an entire stamp set. Make a wish. You did it today and every day. Congratulations, retirement. I love this. It is half off. He's $13.50 down from $27. I think that's an incredible bargain. This one is hard to find. It's actually called It's Our Anniversary, even though the words are celebrate and party. So I'll link to it below. And then this one is very similar, but it has congrats and yay. So here's the yay on this one. Again, pretty big. The congrats is about the same size as the celebrate over here. And then I love with this one, you get a couple of fonts in the sub-sentiments. Also 50% off, $13.50 down from $27. There are some Stampin' Cuts that are a little bit smaller. This one says hello there, and then it has a bunch of sub-sentiments. He's half off. It's called Hello There, $8.50 down from $17. So I will do my best to link to the Stampin' Cut sentiments. They're sometimes hard to filter out. So forgive me if there's a few other things that end up sort of on that page, but I'll do my best. Next, we're going to talk about word dies. There are tons of them at half off. So they're $8.50 right now, 50% off, down from $16.99. There's two different styles. This first collection, right, has the word and a shadow die. And I've used it here for the happy holidays. The shadow die is in black glitter cardstock. So I hope you can see that. I love a shadow die. That's my preference. These lean a little bit holiday. So we have seasons, greetings, wishes, joyful, and warm. This one is called Season Words. Then this one is grateful words. We have grateful, gratitude, gather, blessed, and thankful. Then this one is holiday words. So we have holiday, happy, sparkle, to and from. You could make some really great tags with that. And then this one is Christmas words, Merry Christmas, Holly Jolly, and Noel. Okay, so really, really great word and shadow, but they lean holiday. The next set gets away from just holiday, but they don't have that shadow die. So I usually cut it twice. So this one, I've created a little drop shadow in white, and I love that. They're still really versatile. So we have happy, birthday, wishes, best, celebrate. It's called the Celebrate Words. Then this one is friend words, friend, hello, thanks, and smile. This one has peace, love, and hugs, congrats, and prayers. It's the peace words. So again, all of these are half off. They're $8.50. My friends, I hope this is helpful for you. Be sure to check out sassysllc.com/Black Friday to stay up to date on all the best deals. I update this as soon as I get up in the morning, and then I keep an eye on it throughout the day. There's also a spreadsheet in here that will show you what went on sale and where and for how much over the past 3 years. So if you're looking for a sale that hasn't started yet, you can use the spreadsheet to help you get an idea of what might be coming so you can plan appropriately for your budget. Thank you all so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you next time.